Hi, welcome back to another episode of Weekly Market Update. I'm Theo Law, local real estate agent and business owner based in the St. George region in Sydney South. Each week, I share and comment on national and local property news to help you make the right move in real estate. 2 years ago, March 2020, Australia first experienced a thing called COVID. To mark the 2-year milestone of the pandemic, I have read an interesting article recently about the impacts for the Australian housing market. According to CoreLogic economists, the emergence of the pandemic on Australian shores has set off remarkable shifts in the country's housing market in a number of ways. First, house values hit record highs. Despite an initial decline in dwelling values at the start of the pandemic, data shown that housing values rose 24.6% between the end of March 2020 and February 2022. Low interest rates, high household savings, government grants, and a sharp reduction in the supply of housing underpinned the unprecedented growth during the period. By February 2022, CoreLogic estimated the total value of residential real estate to be 9.8 trillion, up from 7.2 trillion at the start of the pandemic. Number two, first home buyer activity surged. First home buyers were a sizable part of the housing demand at the start of the pandemic. From June 2020, first home buyer activity surged amid the introduction of the Home Builder Scheme, used alongside the First Home Loan Deposit Scheme, as well as other state-based grants and stamp duty concessions for first home buyers. These incentives, along with other growth drivers, have resulted in a spike in first home buyer activities. As of January 2022, loans to first home buyers has significantly increased. Number three, record high gap between house and unit values. Research shown two factors have contributed to a record difference between houses and units values. Number one is the buyer pool, and number two is the impact of COVID-19. Investors who may have a preference for units have been a relatively small part of the demand through the upswinging during the pandemic. Additionally, freestanding home may have been in higher demand as Australians spend more time at home through the pandemic period. Plus, government policies such as the Home Builder Grant may have also contributed to increased detached housing demand. The collective of these factors is the cause of the record difference between average house and unit values. Data shown that the median house value was at the record high 29.8% above the median unit value, which means the average houses are 1/3 more valuable than the unit value. I found it quite fascinating that this global pandemic not only changed the way of our health, but also everything, including our way of thinking, living, communicating, and even how we conduct businesses. As a local real estate agency, we have also experienced a lot of changes, and also we are about to announce some big move as a business. So stay tuned and watch this space. That's all for me for this week. If you are considering buying or selling this year, and if you would like to speak to us, feel free to drop us a comment or send us a private email. Until next week, bye for now.